now for our interview, leaders and business owners have long learned the value of image branding. In other words, how we carry ourselves when we meet new faces. What kind of first impressions do we want to give out? This is not something that we can learn on our own. There are many image consultants out there, and today we will have two in our studio, Ian Lai, the founder of BrandtalksAsia, and his beautiful wife, Jane Lee, the director of BrandtalksAsia. Hello, Jane and Ian.
Hello,
how are you guys doing today?
Yeah.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining us. All right, so do tell us more about yourself and what does BrandtalksAsia is all about?
Okay, I think I'll begin first. So, let me ask you a question before I start. Have you ever felt that you are hit the rock bottom in your life before?
Maybe, but maybe I'm still too young for that. But I mean, it's
okay.
fine.
To me, it was 3 rock bottoms in 1 year. So the first one was that I had a business that was not successful. So I was trying to get out the first one, and then I was sort of like betrayed by my ex-partners, and then also my ex-girlfriend also dumped me.
Okay.
All of this happened in the space of 1.5 years' time, because I actually started off as a graphic designer after graduation in 1999, and after that I ventured into my first business in about 2003-2004, and 7 years later I was in that particular situation where I was really crying and sobbing in my pathetic room in Penang, because those days we have companies in Penang, Singapore, and also KL. So I was wondering what happened to me and what went wrong actually. So I managed to look into myself, and I realized that I haven't been branding myself the right way. I didn't like my job, my partners, my clients hated me, and at the same time I was lost. So back then I was reading an article online, and I realized, and I pondered upon this word, impossible. So it's actually talking about me. Everything seems to be impossible. I thought of just, find someone and get married in Penang and never come back to KL. And that was how bad it is, until I realized that probably it's time for me to rebrand myself. Because as I look into this word, impossible, I find out there's another meaning to it, where if you add an apostrophe between I and am, it became I'm possible. Yeah. So back then I realized that I was so gung-ho. I thought I invented this word. But after 5 minutes of Google searching, I thought, Audrey Hepburn was the first one who coined this many years ago. But I took it in as a motto to kickstart over my new business, and I rebrand myself, and very fortunately I get to also meet a lot of good people, and also I got to meet my
beautiful wife.
Yeah. So that is like how I got started from that terrible end of my business.
All right. So what about you, Jane? What is your story?
I was just like other people's. 7 years. I think I was doing accounting for 7 years, and at that time I felt that every morning I just wake up early in the morning and go to work. Start at 9 to 5, and I have that issue at that moment. When I was working very hard, and I started to feel that I started to have that mindset. Why am I doing so hard to help other people to build their brands and not my own brands? So, and that makes me every morning I don't have the energy, or don't have the positive mindset when I want to go to work. So after 7 years, and I realized I need to quit my job. So after I quit my job, and I decided to go to teaching or coaching field, and with that, and I started with yoga. I started to teach yoga as a yoga instructor. So through this teaching, the progress, and I learned that actually it is not about how much you know and how credible you are. It is not only that, but you need to learn how to build your charisma and persona, so that you can attract more people to your class. And the other thing is, through this teaching, and I also felt that I learned that you need to have your own uniqueness, so that you must let your clients to know how special you are, and then what's the difference between you and competitors and why your clients need to choose you. And at that moment as well, and I also wanted to try to be an entrepreneur. So I attended a lot of courses, and I also become an associate to one of the gurus, the image guru as well. So through this progress, it's really hard. It's very tough to be an entrepreneur sometimes, but it needs a lot of determination. So and from this journey, I also learned that communications and interpersonal skill is very, very important, especially for those who want to pursue to run their own business. And I still remember there's one incident. I was tasked to organize an event in an celebrities restaurant.
Okay.
So, and without knowing each other, we know that the first impression is very important.
Yes.
So I totally neglected on that. And it's end up, on 30 minutes discussions, it took us 3 hours.
Okay.
So it's 3 hours, and the celebrities not treated me very well. And she rather, I found that she rather talking to her mom, her clients, and even her pets, and not talking to me. So,
Okay.
and I felt that after I met Yen, so at that time he was doing the corporate brand as well. So both of us found out, why don't we use this branding strategy and the techniques to help more people to transform their life, especially in building their brandings.
Yeah. So
Yes,
5 years
that's-
on, this is what we have been doing, inspiring people about how you can actually build your brand, your personal brand and also corporate brand, and take your business or career to the next level.
Amazing. So basically, Brand Talks Asia help people to brand their brands out there. I mean,
Correct.
put their names out there,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is actually branding, and how is it different from personal branding?
Well, branding is all about building perception in your mind, and also creating this one and only unique experience that only you can offer. So for corporate and for people, it's the same, basically. After all, it's about you actually zooming into your strength, really learning about what makes you different, how do you position yourself differently, and ultimately attracting the right people into your businesses, into your career, so that you can take your business or career to the next level. Yeah.
Why is branding important in this era of age? in this
Okay.
era?
Branding is very important, especially in this day, because we are living in a digital era, and we felt that the branding is important for the three main things. The first one is branding can help you to create awareness, and the second one is can also help you to know your own positioning. And the third one, last but not least, is to help you to build the rapport and your reputations. And for the first, we go back to the first point, to help you to create the awareness. So by using personal brands, you will know there's more people to know you. So through the internet, because according to the research, 90% of the people, if they want to, before they know you, they will go directly to the internet and search for your info first, before they make the decisions whether they want to meet you or not. And so compared to the old days, so normally people will only know them through word of mouth, or how they perceive them when they do something, when they did something. And for the positioning, by true personal brand, and you can know your own uniqueness. So you will know who you should target to, and also you can help your first impressions to increase your first impressions. That will help you to build your charisma, your rapport as well.
All right. And now we're going to continue on with our interview with Ian and Jane. All right, so Ian and Jane, my next question here is, would you say that one of the key factors to success is image branding? And why, if it is?
Okay, I think there's a misconception about image and branding. Image does not equal branding, because image ultimately is just the packaging itself. Just imagine going to an agency and asking them to come up with a packaging for your new, let's say, a soda drink. The agency will need to understand what are the ingredients, what is it special, what are the features that they have and the benefits you have, and ultimately who is it that we are talking to, what target audience are we marketing this product to, and then only based on that we need to design the personality of the brand, then only we come up with the packaging. So if you say that image is important, yes, it is very, very important, but we need to first get to know the person from within first. Understand what is it that the personality that he has, what kind of positioning that he has, what kind of people that they are talking to, then ultimately giving them the right image so that they can attract the right people into their businesses.
Who are actually the people that requires this kind of branding?
Yeah. Normally I would say everyone needs branding, because especially in this digital era, so everyone are in the internet. All of us need online presence. So I would say those who want to be entrepreneur, the professionals, and those the trainers, the coach, and even today's the youth also needs branding as well. So yeah.
You both have been in this line for quite some time now, so maybe you guys can share some common trends of branding.
Well, definitely social media is the thing right now, and everyone is on social media. But have we utilized the power of social media to actually enhance our brand presence? Some of us do that, some of us don't really do, because ultimately what they do is simply to build a negative kind of influence on the brand. So just imagine that the people are just like shoppers, they are looking for your services, and just happen that you are let's say you are a trainer and you always let go of all this negative emotions online and all that. Would they think about you? Would they come to you first? So definitely it's a platform that we can all leverage on, because number one, there's a freedom for you to express yourself. You have 100% control and freedom on it, and mostly it's free. So why not use this platform to actually build your brand and reach out to more people?
All right, so with branding and stuff, there are plenty new people out there that make mistakes when it comes to it. What are the common mistakes they usually make?
Okay. I will share some of our clients' the scenario.
Sure.
And we have some clients who are really, really capable and really experienced in their own field. But some of them, they felt that to do branding is which is they are so they ignore to do branding because they would think that to have an online presence is a kind of bragging. Okay. So probably, and however, and for those who are not so capable or not so experienced, they have the urge to do branding as well. So it's end up those who are not so experienced, they have more opportunity compared to those who are the experienced one. So that is the things that we felt that it is not a really good.
It's a mistake.
It's a mistake.
That's over-branding versus under-branding. And some of them actually are, another issue that we always come across is no consistency. That means today you can be a very happy, healthy, and active person online, and suddenly you become someone very moody the next day. So if talking about brand, let's say McDonald's, they won't have such an issue. It's always been, I'm loving it. It's always give the impression of very fun, very enjoyable environment. So as a person, to build a brand, you also need to have the similar consistency throughout.
Right, so now when we talk about branding our own image, right, what are the necessary steps for those?
Okay, I think, the best way to explain this is that we are all living in a hypermarket of human. Okay, whether you like it or not, we are all on the rack. So for Sasha, you're actually on the rack of TV host. Okay. So first of all, you need to really understand, number one, which rack do we belong to, because there are so many type of industry that we can venture in. Okay, sometimes we are being put in a wrong position, wrong rack, wrong industry. So this one you have to figure out. The next one is that when you are up on the rack, there are so many players out there. Okay, you are not the only TV host. So there are many others. Probably they are good in English, they are good in Mandarin or other things. Some are very good in sports shows. And so how is it that you're going to be the standout one in front of all these people? And the third thing is that when the shoppers are coming in, looking for the right MC or TV host, how can you be the first one that grab their attention? Because normally we don't know you yet. So if you are going to a hypermarket of people, of course the outlook play a very important part. So you must design your outlook to cater to the right audience based on your own ability and capability and the special uniqueness that you have. Yeah, so that's my take on the image part.
Alright. Would you like to add on anything?
Yeah, I think mostly you already covered it. Yeah.
Okay, so we know that you guys help people to brand themselves, but what are the programs and services do you guys provide?
Okay, currently we have 3 main programs. The first one will be You Can Be Branded. So this is a 4 days program for the adults, and the second one is for the corporate branding. So normally we will take 2 days to train the corporate staff, and for the last, for the third one will be the youth program. So for this year, we are going to focus more in youth program, so that to inject this knowledge, this idea to the youth, so that they can prepare themselves more earlier. Yeah.
When will this be held?
Soon. Probably we're looking at the next holiday.
All right.
The next holiday.
But
yeah.
this year, it's going to be this year,
Yeah,
right?
This year,
this year,
because last year on December we already conducted once. Yeah, and the feedback is quite good, and so that that's also encouraged us to do more and make us. We wanted to help more youth.
All right. All right. So down to our last question right now. Can you guys share some advice on the do's and don'ts on branding?
Okay, I would say in terms of ABC, number one, be authentic. That's the do. Authentic, be bold, and also be comfortable or to project yourself, because you have a set of values that other people don't have. And the don'ts would be, number one, do not undervalue yourself. Okay, do not buy the idea that you have to be the best. Sometimes you only need to be the most unique solution out there. And ultimately, always don't listen to what other people have to say about you, because that won't determine who you are and what you're going to do in the market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
For
from
me,
you?
then I would like to add on one point.
Sure.
Is that is, you must be confident to yourself. If you lack of that, then it is very difficult for you to really shine from inside out. So that is my main advice. for
All
the
right,
audience, yeah.
amazing. Thank you so much, Jane and Ian, for joining me on Talking Points today. And that concludes our interview. And now we're taking a short break, and we'll be right back after this.